You know what? That decision you've been putting off, that plan you keep saying you'll start next week, that dream you tell yourself there's still time for later, very likely they may never come back again. I'm not trying to scare you, but the story I'm about to tell today will make you rethink every single "I'll do it later." Imagine Montana, a place called Willow Creek. On an autumn evening, the wind carries the scent of hay and pine. On the east side of the town stands a massive oak tree, said to be over 300 years old. Its crown spreads like a giant umbrella during summer. It's a playground for children in autumn. Its fallen leaves form a golden carpet. In this town lives a 17-year-old boy named Leo Miller. Leo isn't a bad kid. He's kind, smart, even a little talented. He can play the guitar, and he has a good voice. He dreams of becoming the kind of singer who can silence an entire room on a Nashville stage. But Leo has one flaw. He always feels like he has all the time in the world. "Leo, didn't you say you were going to practice that new song?" His mom calls from the kitchen. "In a bit, Mom. Let me finish this game first." "Leo, you promised to help your dad fix the barn roof. If we don't fix it this weekend, it'll leak when the rainy season comes next week." "Dad, I'm too tired today." "Leo, the sign up for the fall talent show closes today. Aren't you going to give it a try? There's a record company judge. What's the rush? There's always next year. Next year." That's Leo's favorite phrase. One October afternoon, Leo lies under that old oak tree again. Sunlight filters through the leaves onto his face, warm like a blanket. He was supposed to go to the post office to mail his talent show application. He had filled out half of it, then thought, it'll be the same if I send it tomorrow. He stuffed the form into his pocket and closed his eyes. The wind rustles through the branches, and he drifts off to sleep. In the dream, everything is unusually vivid. A face appears on the bark of the old oak tree, not a frightening face, but one that is aged, wrinkled, both kind and serious, like a grandfather's. The trunk trembles slightly, and a deep voice emerges, like the lowest note of a cello. "Leo," the tree says. Leo jolts upright, but in the dream, he cannot move. "Look at my leaves," the tree says. "When do they fall?" Leo looks up. A golden red leaf loosens from a branch, spinning slowly like a butterfly in slow motion, landing gently on his knee. "They fall exactly when they are meant to," the tree says. "Not a second early, not a second late. In 300 years, not a single leaf has ever said, 'I'll fall tomorrow instead,' because tomorrow, if there's a strong wind, it might be torn apart. If there's heavy rain, it might rot in the mud. Time does not stop and wait for anyone." "Leo, the application in your pocket has its own deadline." Instinctively, Leo touches his pocket. The form is still there. "You always say later. Later is a liar. It makes you believe you have many tomorrows. But in reality, you only have today. You only have now." The tree's voice fades, like wind passing through a canyon. Leo tries to shout, but no sound comes out. Suddenly, he opens his eyes. The sunset is blinding. He's still under the oak tree. In his pocket, the crumpled application is still there. He pulls out his phone and checks the date. The deadline is today at 5 p.m. And now it's 4:47. "Am I crazy? A tree talking to me." Leo laughs, crumples the form, and throws it into the grass. "I must have been dreaming. I'll do it next year. There's always another chance." He stands up, brushes off his pants, and walks home for dinner. In the days that follow, nothing changes. He continues to say, "I'll practice tomorrow. I'll study music theory next week." He misses the fall talent show, but comforts himself. There's always spring. He misses the town's music festival recruitment, then says, "I'll go next year for sure." Until winter. One snowy night, Leo's father says at the dinner table, "Leo, the old music shop in town is closing. Did you know, Mr. Gray, the owner, used to be in Nashville when he was young. He said before he leaves, he wants to give a free master class to one local young person. I signed you up. The audition is this Saturday. Leo's heart stirs. Gray. That's the man rumored to have trained Grammy-winning guitarists." "Okay, Dad, I'll prepare." But he doesn't. On Friday night, he goes out to watch a game with friends and comes home at 2 a.m. On Saturday morning, he oversleeps. By the time he reaches the shop, the audition is already over. Grace stands at the door, locking up. "You're late, son," the old man says. His voice is calm, but there's a trace of regret in his eyes. "I'm sorry, sir. Can I come back tomorrow, mister?" Grace smiles, the kind of smile that makes your chest ache. "Tomorrow. I'm moving to Florida tomorrow. This shop will be a candle store next week." He pats Leo on the shoulder. "You know, son, opportunity doesn't stand there holding a number for you. It comes, and if you don't take it, it leaves. Maybe forever." Leo stands in the snow, watching Mr. Gray's car disappear round the corner. The cold wind seeps into his collar. Suddenly, he remembers the autumn afternoon. Under the oak tree, that golden red leaf, that voice. Time does not wait for anyone. But the real turning point comes the following spring. His father asks him to help repair the barn roof. It should have been fixed last autumn, but Leo kept delaying. "Next week. Dad, the weather isn't good enough yet. Let's wait a bit more." "I'm not saying I won't help." Then a heavy rainstorm in March causes the old roof to collapse completely. His father is in the barn moving tools when a beam falls and hits his leg. When Leo arrives at the hospital, the doctor says his father's tibia is fractured. He will need at least 6 months to recover. If the beam had fallen a few centimeters to the side, it could have hit an artery. At the bedside, his father doesn't scold him. He only says one thing. "Leo, I reminded you about that beam all winter." Leo holds his father's hand, unable to say a word. He remembers what the oak tree said, "You only have now." That night, he walks alone to the oak tree. The moon is bright, and the tree's shadow stretches across the grass like an ink painting. He leans against the trunk and finally cries. Not quietly, but the way he did as a child when he scraped his knee, his whole body shaking. "I'm sorry," he says to the tree, "even though it doesn't answer this time. I always thought there was still time. I thought tomorrow would always be there. But I missed the competition, missed the master class, almost lost my dad." He wipes his tears and pulls a piece of paper from his pocket. It's a newly printed application for the spring talent show. The deadline is in 3 days. This time, I won't wait for tomorrow. The next morning at 6, when his alarm rings, Leo gets up immediately before he would have hit snooze and said just 10 more minutes. He picks up his guitar and practices in front of the mirror for 2 hours. He hand delivers the application to the community center. Instead of thinking mailing it is fine, he starts helping neighbors fix fences and shovel snow, using the money he earns to buy a music theory book and reads a third of it that very day. His change isn't a dramatic overnight transformation. It's doing a little bit every day. But that little bit grows like a snowball rolling downhill. In the spring talent show, he reaches the finals. He doesn't win first place, but in the audience, an independent musician from Seattle hands him a business card. "You've got feeling. Keep practicing. Come by my studio this summer." This time, Leo doesn't say later. He sends an email that same night. Time passes quickly. 2 years later, Leo is 18. He stands on the same community center stage, holding a new guitar. In the audience are his recovered father, his teary-eyed mother, and the oak tree, not the tree itself, but a bookmark made from one of its leaves, given to him by the townspeople as a good luck charm. He sings a song. It's called "Tomorrow is a Liar." One line in the lyrics goes, "The golden red leaves fall when they should, and I learned to love when I should, to act when I should." After finishing the last line, he speaks into the microphone. "I used to lose opportunities because I kept saying later. But now I know later is not a day, not a week, not a year. Later is a lie. The only real time is now, this very moment, as you're listening to me." So, my friend, if you're watching this video, if there's something in your heart you've always wanted to do it, but kept delaying, you wanted to speak, but kept waiting for the right time, you wanted to change, but kept telling yourself, "I'll start next Monday," then I hope Leo's story makes you pause and think. Will that next week really come? Today, now, after this video ends, you can do one thing. One small thing. Send a message, write a line, make a decision, or even just put your phone down and sit quietly for 5 minutes. What exactly are you waiting for? Tell me in the comments, what have you missed because of procrastination? Or what will you decide to start today? Whatever you write, I'll read it carefully, because everyone who stops saying tomorrow deserves to be heard. Remember, time won't wait for you. Opportunity won't stand there holding a number for you. That old oak tree, in 300 years, has never had a single leaf say, I'll fall tomorrow. So what about you?